trying to get to 10% body fat, and you've been trying for months and years upon end, then you need to stop doing these 8 mistakes that are ruining your progress. When I wanted to get to 10% body fat, I started doing tons, like 1 hour in a treadmill, trying to lose weight, trying to outrun a bad diet, which resulted in me feeling terrible and actually increased my appetite. I actually didn't get anywhere. Another mistake that I did was also not consuming enough protein. I thought only calories mattered, and this left me stuck for a lot of months in my fitness journey. I wish I had a guy that he could tell me you could do this and this, so you could speed up your progress and actually make a real difference in your body and in your life. So I'm gonna go over the 8 mistakes that you're probably doing and you need to stop doing them right now in order to reach 10% body fat. I did the same too, and you can do it too. Creating a really big deficit. I mean, this is the worst thing. I mean, people start dieting, they're losing weight, and I mean, you might not be skinny fat, but you might be overweight and you might carry an excess amount of body fat in your body. So they start dieting, they start cutting 1000 calories after that, and they're losing weight. I mean, this is going great for them, but it's actually ruining their progress in the long term, because after they lost all this weight, they actually ruin their body because they're actually losing muscle after some months. Because when you get to lower and lower body fat percentages, you actually start to lose some muscle mass if you don't have the right protein macros and don't hit the gym, which are later points. The mistake you're actually making is creating a really big deficit, and you don't want that, okay? You want that 400 to 500 calorie deficit, maybe 600 at worst, and as you get leaner and leaner, closer to 10% body fat, you want to go slower and slower. So I would say you need to start around 1% of your total body weight, slowly losing weight, and after you get to those last 5 kg and the last 10 pounds, you need to drop at least half a kilo per week, which is, I don't remember the pounds, but half a kilo per week. Really go slow, you preserve your muscle mass, and you actually feel okay with your metabolism and your energy levels. We want to go slow because if we preserve more muscle mass, it means better body composition and thus looking more aesthetic, and that's what we actually want. You know, we want an aesthetic body that's gonna enhance our life and is gonna make us feel good about ourselves. Another mistake is not hitting the gym. I mean, it's actually crazy. Like, you expect from yourself to reach 10% body fat without hitting the gym, without going all out, and without going really hard on your intensity, or going to the gym and just swinging weights. I mean, that's impossible, okay? That's just pure logic, but some people don't have this logic, and I didn't have it when I started. A really great point that you need to emphasize is really go hard, really go close to failure in all your sets or in most sets, so you remember that you're close to failure, meaning you really push yourself and even track how much weight you're lifting. I do the same too. You need to hit the gym at least 4 to 5 times per week, or even more if you like, but I personally do a 4-week upper lower split because it allows my life to have other activities such as running and going to work and doing other cool stuff, going out, going to dinner, like experiencing life, not just living. It's really good for my mental health and my body, and it really helps me right now. But I know how to train. If you don't know how to train, you may not find this way of training really good for you. What I recommend is maybe you start at 5 times a week, and then you move 4 times per week. Then you see how you feel and how your body changes and how you feel about training. You're learning. It's a sprint, not a marathon, and you're making a great start by watching this video. Point 1 was preserve muscle mass, going slow with a deficit. Point 2 was hitting the gym, so preserve more muscle mass and build muscle mass. And point 3 is not eating enough protein, which is really important, which is 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for me, it would be like 180, or I might even go more. I might consume more because I like to, and it keeps me satiated, which really helps when dieting down. I mean, we all got cravings, you know, and it's hard for us. You need to focus on 4 or 3 non-negotiable meals you have every single day. This can be eggs, like 4 eggs every single day, no matter what. 300 grams of Greek yogurt, no matter what. Whey protein every single day, no matter what. These are non-negotiable. These don't change. Your main meal can change. A steak can change. Your chicken breast can change. You can have fish. This, you can change all that. But always you have those 3 negotiables that make your baseline protein level really high. So it really helps you out through your journey. Another point is obsessing too much on the scale. Like, okay, this week I got more weight. Oh, this week I lost more weight. Like, really obsessing. And to be honest, the scale doesn't actually measure progress. What is progress is your actually body measurements and how you look in your day-to-day life. Some days you might have stress. Some days you might not sleep so good. Some days you retain more water in your body, so you cannot really measure. So what I recommend is measuring every single day yourself, your weight, and having an average of the week, and also taking pictures. If you don't have pictures, you don't have a real comparison of how your body looks and how you are. You might build muscle and you might not lose weight, and you might think you're going back, but it's actually not the truth. So don't forget this point. This is really important for your mental health and going forward. Another tip is doing too much cardio. Too much cardio leads to muscle loss, and we don't want that. 10% body fat looks like a body which has a high muscle mass percentage and a low body fat percentage. So we want to preserve as much muscle as possible and keep the body fat down in order to look aesthetic, in order to showcase our abs, our pecs, and our back. So we need to stop running. I'm not saying like stop running completely, but stop running more than 20 kilometers per week for sure, or maybe 25. I mean, research says maybe it's 25. That's the maximum you can go without losing muscle mass, and it might impair your recovery. But okay, I love running too, so I don't blame you, but you need to follow all the other steps and points that I told you in order to make sure running has benefited you and you're not losing muscle. Number 6, which is really important, is actually sleep. Okay, we need to sleep every single day from 7 to 8, 9 hours, but I mean, who really does this? Okay, I'm the guy that literally gets no sleep. I have to be honest, like I get like 6 to 7 hours of sleep because I'm that guy, you know. I cannot sleep more, it's my body, but I try my best. I optimize my sleep. I try to wear a sleep mask, I take magnesium supplements, I close every light in my room, I wear blue light filters on my phone and on my MacBook, so I try to preserve the environment of my sleep and optimize it as much as I can. If you can do some steps, do them. I'm not saying like don't watch that movie or do not go out, but you need to optimize your sleep because it's not always about the gym, guys. It's about your life and about work. Okay, if you don't sleep good, you're not gonna perform good in work, in your social interactions with your clients, let's say, and you don't have the body of your dreams. So you need to optimize sleep a little bit. Okay, sleep in a dark room, no noise, wear a sleep mask, and don't eat too late. That's some basic advice. You don't have to go really deep. You don't want more info, you just want to get to work, you know. Another point that is really important, and not many people know this, is that fat loss is not linear. Some days you're up, some days you're down, some days it's not linear. Some days you think you're gaining weight, but bam, you wake up one day and you're actually linear. So you actually have to stick through the process. Okay, you have to stick for weeks by weeks by weeks. You need to stick to it for at least 12 weeks. That's mandatory, guys. You will see your body change no matter what, but you have to do it for a long time. You have to be consistent. Yeah, have that free meal once per week, but not the free day. Come on, you're ruining your progress. You're ruining your progress. I see so many times with my friends, they're doing it too often. You're ruining your progress. Come on, one free meal per week, okay? And the last tip is you have to have some structure in your diet, okay? You need to know how to track calories by using MyFitnessPal, have a food scale at least, and also learn about weekly calorie deficit. Meaning, if you one day you overconsume some calories or you want to save some calories, you can make up on other days, meaning that the total weekly calorie deficit matters. So if I want to go out for dinner, let's say on Friday, I can lower my calories on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, or even Thursday, and then have a big dinner, let's say, on Friday. This can easily ruin your progress if you don't know how to utilize it, but it can also benefit you a lot. I recommend this is more an advanced tip than a beginner's tip, but you can try and play if you want to get smart with it. That was the full video. I hope you enjoyed it. I also have a video on how I lost 33 pounds in 90 days. I will have it on my channel in the description as well. And also I have my full 7-month transformation getting to 10% body fat. And if you want to work with me, let's say, and I can help you, book down below a free call with me and we can get to your goals and I can help you out. I was Nosa. See you on the next one and keep believing in yourself, bro. Peace.